What is up guys, Vaska here and welcome back to a brand new Minecraft video. So it has been a couple of weeks since the last video and a lot has happened here on Dale. In fact, I don't think I need to call it Dale anymore. I think this world would suit the name Rhovanion because it doesn't just include Dale anymore. It's got the Long Lake, it's got Mirkwood, it's got everything now. So without further ado, because this is going to be a long video as it is, I think I might as well go and show everything off so far. So I've done a lot of world painter work and I'm impressed and proud with what I've managed to come up with. There is a couple of Dale things I do need to show you and I will do that, and I apologise if there is lag. It's because this is quite a hefty world. I'm pretty sure it's well over a gigabyte worth, but it's worth every frame. So I've finished all the exterior here. If this hasn't been shown off, I'm pretty sure it hasn't. It's all got plates and bottles and that. This is also a little plant shop that I've got here, and I haven't shown this off, but there you go. It looks alright. It's just a simple design, but I think it suits well. I believe this house is also new. It's got this weird pink stained clay, but it works really well, and I really like that. So of course I've kept that and finished the build. And I'm using the Chocopic shaders. I'm using the medium of the latest ones because they're the only ones that are suitable 1.7. This is a little tiny amphitheatre. It's not a big one for adults. It's mainly settled for kids because there's a market right there, so they can bring their kids through, pay for them to go in, and then they can just sit here, watch the show whilst their parents shop. Just something simple like that. Because I think that was a good idea. There will be a proper amphitheatre over the other side for entertainment, which will be suited for the older ages, so that can play like big plays that are more adult aged, when these will be younger ages, like Robin Hood or something like that. Of course they wouldn't have Robin Hood in Middle Earth, but that sort of equivalent. Yeah, which is aimed at children. These are also new houses. I believe this one was halfway to being built in the last video, but it's complete now, except from with the bit details down there, because I haven't been focusing on building lately. Of course, Skyland's here. There was a tree there, but that got a bit corrupt, so I had to delete that, weirdly. It was the only thing that actually ended up corrupt in the World Painter save, but I just removed that, and of course I've had no problems. Of course, this building is still here, and this tower is going to be removed. Yeah, it does look dreadful. Yeah, I don't even know what was going through my head when I built it, but I just wanted a tower there. But now I'm going to go for something a lot smaller now. So, in the last episode, there was a lot of trees around here, and I'm not sure there was down there because I said I wanted to leave that for farming. I changed my idea. This will be for farming, but it won't be the only place for farming. I've now laid out this whole area for farming and wheat and agriculture. I don't know why that's like that. I think I can just sort that out with World Edit. Just don't mind me. Yeah, there we go. That looks a bit better. And all the way down here, probably to about here. If I can just mark it out with my there we go, with my cursor. Alright, okay. So there's a hill here. Yep, and that just goes all the way up to the top. So it's pretty much like a valley now. I can't really show you from afar, but because of the render distance and I'm using shaders, but it's in a valley, which is what Dale's meant to be in. And well, it's not really a mountain, it's more like rocky hills. It kind of goes round, and then it comes back here. And there will be a palace aimed about here that will kind of go. It won't go into the mountain, but it will kind of be on it. And I think that'll look alright. And there's some more trees up here, and then the rest of the buildings will be here. And I've taken all the trees away here so I can fit more buildings and walls here. So yeah, in fact I might have the palace there simply because of space. That will probably be the best idea. Yeah, and of course Erebor is still large and shining here, of course, like always, and the mountain's still the same. However, I might put up a picture of the World Painter map if I can still access it, which I should be able to. I can put that picture up and I'll just show you how big the mountain is. Because it doesn't just take up this little spike, it's kind of one massive rocky hill that takes up loads of area, nearly spreading to Mirkwood. But yeah, it's a pretty big mountain now, so it means that when I want to expand it, which I do, of course, because this is Rhovanion, not just Dale and Erebor, I want to have everything, because it doesn't have a blacksmith or a lot of living quarters, so I need to include all that, and I definitely have the space to do so now. However, the bridge I do have in Erebor, which I'm not going to go to because it's going to take too long, I'm going to have to find a way to get rid of that and replace it with something else, simply because it was the back entrance, but it's going to be such a long walk to the back entrance from there, so it'll be useless. So I have to remove some things, which is a shame, but you know, you've got to sacrifice some things. And yeah, of course the reason why I've decided to have loads of extra room for wheat is because it's going to have to feed this whole city here and the whole kingdom of Dale. Lake Town will be slightly different, it will have its own agriculture as well, and there will be a couple of separate farms I'm hoping to have spread around the whole of Rhovanion, but of course I haven't really planned that out yet. But let's teleport ourselves to Esgaroth. Alright, so we are at Esgaroth. I've just walked here, and this is going to be the entrance, so there'll be a bridge coming from here, and it'll kind of expand out to about here, and then the actually a bit further to probably about here, and then the town will be, of course, on wood stilts, and it will go around, not quite in a circle, it'll be more like a hexagon-like shape, but more like a square, and it will have a lot of shape in it, but it'll look alright when done. Of course it'll be kind of structured like a Roman fort, so it'll have like 4 gates for boats to come in, and I think it'll look really nice when done. But of course I haven't really started planning that out yet, of course, because Dale's not even complete, and I'm not even on an updated Conquest Reforged version yet. But that seems to be everything for Esgaroth. For the town itself, over here, not over there, slightly over here, I have left, apart from that tree, this area completely blank, apart from the flowers, of course, which I've just put in for detail. All this will become the farming area for Lake Town. So there'll be a bridge going across here, I reckon. There'll probably be like a drawbridge, I'm not sure yet though. But there'll need to be some sort of bridge that goes across, or like a port for boats. And there'll be some barn houses and areas where they can farm so they can feed the town. And this river feeds up to Mirkwood. So if I just follow this up, sorry about the late chunk errors, well not errors, but like it's really slow at loading. But if I just let it load, and I believe I'm going the right way anyway. It's quite long, but we'll see if we're going the right way. Yeah, we are. You can see on the map. This is the start of Mirkwood. That looks a bit odd, but that should change to grass, or I'll have to go around and change that to the rock. So I've put Mirkwood on this cliff surface. And the main reason for this is because it's very different to this biome and how it's set here. I will change the biome up there to probably swampland, just to make it look a bit different and make it a bit more moody and dark. So the start of Mirkwood isn't actually that densely populated with trees, and there is a reason for that. And that's because I didn't want it to be overwhelming from the start. I wanted it to grow in, so it does get slightly denser as you go in, but not that much. But if I was to, let's say, expand the map further, it would be very dense and you wouldn't be able to see a thing. So you get some of the moodiness, you've got all the dirt and all that, and everything that makes Mirkwood. But of course, it would be in more detail if I was actually going to build on it, which I'm not. And if I carry on going up here, I don't think I've done the water. Oh no, never mind. The water doesn't actually go up another level, but the land does. Let's see if I can find it. Should be over here. There it is. It goes up another cliff surface. It's not as steep, but this is where trees are slightly more dense, as you can tell. It's a bit more packed now, except this area. This area seems to be nice and tidy. But yeah, the rest of it is. Of course, there's a lot of entities and plants, so it does get a bit laggy. Alright, so we are back at Dale, and I just want to explain these rules here before I end the episode. And yeah, so basically these are similar textures to the road, except I've used a different block. I think it was this one, just to add a bit more structure and texture to it, and just a bit more wear on it. And this cobble, I know it doesn't look right, but it's just there for temporary until I can use Conquest Reforged. And that's why I haven't included any towers yet, because I want to include the new like side slabs and all that. So yeah, I think before next episode, I think I want to start planning out over here, because I'm not doing any interiors, as you know. simply because I don't have conquest reforged. And even though I'm alright with interiors, I would rather leave them blank for now. And I think that's going to be the hardest thing to convert, and I'm not sure if it all will convert, so I'm just going to keep myself on the safe side. So if you did enjoy this episode of me going round everything pretty much, I haven't explored everything yet, but when this map does finally come up for download, you can see that for yourself. And a couple of bits of wood have disappeared. That's a bit odd, but you know, I'll fill them in a minute. But you know, if you did enjoy this episode, you can like, comment, subscribe. Thank you all for watching,